Yeah, tripwire on that A site. This is the Yoru though, so he can bypass it. Needs to break it. Munchkin has been given up already. Right in front of him, 2 on the contact point. It's good.
Oh.
Something finds another. And they already secured that A site in the blink of an eye. Rest of Gen.G will have to go on that rotate back to the A site, but look at how far Devi has pushed up on Halls here. He's the first Vanguard for the moment. Holding, whiffing. He's going to go down, but at least he's got that information for the rest of Paper X.
Yeah, it was a good hit nonetheless, and you know they know that there are players coming from Bridge, coming from Halls, and that just confirms a lot of it.
Okay, dash in. Texture's very aggressive into this as well as uber confident, but of course, Paper X just going to be playing that post plan. Something coming around the corner, repositions, has to help out his team. Right at the precipice of the smoke, push from Texture. In a second, he can. 5 bullets, dashes right in, finds another one, and he picks up the 4K.
No way. First.
That's looking a little bit iffy with the stars being committed here as well, and Texture actually pushing all the way up onto mid. This could be very bad for Paper X as the spike drops.
Spike down mid.
Reloads, they know he's here. They don't really want to challenge him. It's way too risky. So they're running out of options. You can't go back into Elbow. You can only, you're pretty much stuck inside of B main. Texture, well, Tailwind's away, so maybe got a bit of breathing room, but 30 seconds left, Asarai.
Something's going to just try to make something happen, you know, no pun intended.
30 seconds
Make some contacts here, does have his Great Crash available. He wants to challenge out again the Outlaw of Texture, but when it's 140 body shot damage and you have shield or half shield, it's just not gonna work. You're just feeding him the kills, and now he's got that ace. Des was mentioning not having any opportunity to showcase his duelist, but here comes the dueling potential for something as he pushes up onto Orange. Any tricky business? Spots one, getting into the astral dimension, goes out, flashes. He still challenges something. He's got to make something happen here, and he does get it. Follow up by Monyan, but Charon's holding on. 3 versus 3, spike planted down.
You got the Cascade up as well, so there's a lot more room for Forsaken trying to play around this, pushing Gen.G back. They want to burn down the timer, and they want to stay alive as long as possible.
Yeah, Munchkin's coming around the corner here on double doors. They're just waiting for him to drop down already. Forsaken's right here for the first contact, but gets punished by Meteor. He's going to be alone by himself. 1 versus 1, though. Devi, unknowing of where his opponent might be, not spotting Meteor, getting closer and closer. He might not even know about this. There it is. No more utilities for Meteor, so it's a straight up start of the defuse. Devi playing and will be winning the gamble on the peak. Sure, he's already on this operator. There's not really much utility that can really punish him, but okay, gravity will activate it, stuns as well, and that's gonna be as the dust settles, 2 kills down against Gen.G. Paper X have somewhat of an advantage here. Oh, still pushing through the smoke! Butchera with a double kill! Triple kill, why don't you? And MindFreak is alone by himself on Halls.
I can't believe that he reacted to that so quickly. I thought the Cascade would at least mask Paper X's intentions for just a second, but he reacts just as quick.
Did they just break that? Paper X break that themselves? Anyways, hold on. There's going to be 2 on the side itself. It's Charon and Texture on that contact. Forsaken pushes out, but Texture, he doesn't respect this wall. He just goes and swims through it. The high tide giving him a high time. And now it's only MindFreak and Devi to remain. The pinch coming in from double door doesn't secure anything, so that has to be Devi just putting up the toxic screen, hoping that MindFreak could deal with Texture. It's not going to happen. He only has the Sheriff in hand. 3 versus 1, 20 seconds. He's going to have to start pushing in, but because of how much out in the open he is, he's going to be exposed to
Who's next?
And something doesn't waste any time, though. He does use his ultimate to start clearing things up. Reckoning coming in from double doors, and he already finds one. Charon could be in a world of hurt. The flash is out, but he's out of harm's way. Back of the side is going to be Meteor, using the cyber cages to give him a bit of positioning here to roam around. But something quickly deals with him, but Charon finds Forsaken through the off-cam kill. Oh, big flash from Lakia. Oh, they don't even expect it.
He gate crashed backwards. I feel like Lakia might have heard it. So now everyone's kind of split up. Devi still up towards mid. It's a good bit of vision, but it's a 2-on-3 nonetheless. He can't use the Viper's Pit.
Yeah, MindFreak is just by himself right now.
Here.
I mean, there's even the smoke coming in from double doors. They have really segmented the 2 players of Paper X, but Devi, he's hoping to be the savior here. MindFreak's been given up out in the open. Texture, he's got everything, but Devi takes everything away from him, and that's going to give Paper X a round.
And Meteor has been such a menace. Now he's swapped up over back to B site. Paper X is trying to approach here.
He's already preparing himself. Ooh, where did that shot come from? Meteor, I think, just shot through the smoke. That's going to be the punish on Monyan. Waiting for the rest of Paper X to come through that B site. There's so many tripwires here. It might get a little bit tricky, but something just slowly walks up. That's all you need, you know? Just keep it simple, keep it safe.
And that's the thing about New Breeze as well. This backside, the back walls, you are able to sneak up on front like that. So now that the spike has gone down, Gen.G are sensing that they don't quite have the timing on this retake. Divai.
Yeah, he's going to be the first contact on this 3 waterfall down mid. He's already been spotted. Oh, Forsaken's not hitting any shots. Finally, he does able to do so. And the pinch works out, leaving Texture by himself. But man, he's got some options here. Time might not be one of them, though, so he might have to save up. And Mindfreak through the smoke, or through the toxic screen. They do have the shock darts, so they are breaking as much utility as they can. And of course, yep, I love this. When you use the decoy, it activates the trip, so at least you'll know where not to push. Meteor is doing his damnedest to just, again, dodge everything, but it's not working. It's a lot of kills already positioned here for the favor of Paper Rex. Lost at the back of the side. Texture does make a bit of wave at the back of things, but it's not going to work out, and Divai finishes it off. And it seems like because they spotted, again, Texture on B, or on A, excuse me, they're just going to bring the whole enchilada on that B site.
Yeah, why not? We know we can avoid that op. We can just go straight for Meteor. We can go straight for Munchkin, take out those 2, and then we have the site. Seekers were deployed by Lakia, though, and he's already here to reinforce. Something's trying to get that through.
Yeah. 2 on the interior of the site, excuse me. Monyet trying to find somebody inside of smokes, and it is so confusing to be in all of that positioning. Somehow, it is Gen.G getting on top of things. Monyet, no ultimate for him, so he's stuck here until Divai comes in. So he is waiting for his teammate to give him that assistance. 4 seconds on the clock, and this is a pretty smart move from Paper Rex now that they still have that toxic screen to block away that control at the back of the site, where you already see Caron getting closer. He might not be spotted, as well as Texture coming in from B main.
Yeah, that's the main thing. They got to watch all exits, all entrances of this Viper's Pit. Texture could be the linchpin for Gen.G.
That's a shot denied. Shorty's good. And look at this! Caron picks up the 4K. Able to isolate, able to, you know, the opportunity to get. I'm gonna have to find another way other than something to do this. Anyways, Paranoia is activated. Texture's blinded here. He's looking for a TP, but Lakia is making some waves at the front of the site on Brick, and fortunately, Texture's not gonna find the Paper Rex Yoru. That's gonna be a secure plant on the spike. Everyone else here for Gen.G looking for the lurk all the way through A main that is being handled by Mindfreak.
Still somehow Karen getting a tap onto something. That brings things back to a 3-on-3. Of course, Mindfreak wanting to play off the Hunter's Fury, but he knows that there's a potential play coming through.
Another one. Meteor gives himself a bit of space. Push left or right. What it's going to be? It's going to be the right. He wins, but he's down to 5. Oh, this is going to be so bad. Difficult even for him. That's going to be Divai bringing it back. Able to get this 5-6. Could even be a 6-6 if they play their cards right, but with the Reckoning and Dimensional Drift activated, it could be very difficult. But Texture's already pushed up all the way through elbow. They're not going to know about this, but he whips. Thankfully enough, he has Lakia right beside him to help him out. Paper Rex are dwindling in numbers. Mindfreak finds something with the Odin.
I go to spike.
And he brings it right back. 3 versus 3. Plenty of walls. Can they calm themselves down to plant the spike even? Not going to happen just yet. Monyet has control of the back of the site here. Ultimate activated right now by Mindfreak. Big flanks coming in from Munchkin. So the time for Monyet to make something happen is very minuscule here. 2 versus 1. Caron now backing himself away. Gonna double up with his teammate. And this is the perfect time for them to try working their magic against the one. What is this TP? Is he trying to pick up a spike? No, he's just trying to reposition for the fight. Very aggressive from Monyet, but it's not gonna work out. Dissuade anybody pushing up onto the Hall's position. The swing outs from Paper Rex, like I mentioned, because they don't have that Sentinel, they just have to start peeking and pushing, and as well as just getting that contact. Shots through the smoke, able to get Lakia, the push out from Texture, and he finds something. Could get another one. What a flank from Texture. Down to 25, but his lethality is still very much felt. Thus settling, numbers favoring Gen.G, Monyet, as well as Divai. Divai's already coming in for the flank here, and Texture, he's very much unaware of it.
He is holding a bit of an off angle, though, so Divai can't really just waltz right through that door.
On mid, though, that's going to be Monyet by himself. Does have the paranoia. I'm not sure if he actually spotted the other one. Texture. Oh, that door closes. The opportunity for Divai is not even possible. Dude had the so close yet so far away situation.
He opened the door again.
Okay, so his positioning is already given. He's pushing out. jumping through the smoke smartly to try to
left.
get a coax out of
Texture.
everybody. And this is the thing. Every single opponent of Divide right now is low. So his Sheriff has a lot of lethality on it.
Just one shot to the body. But look at the positioning.
He's so unaware. And you can see that with how he's moving up here, that he wants to get close against Charon, but he's so afraid of where Texture actually might be, even thinking it could be mid.
I mean, he's got a bit of time, but Texture is the main one to look out for right now.
Did they just barely miss each other? Look at Devi. I think he heard the drop down too.
Player
Texture's about to just peek out. The Devi, can he be able
Oh!
to reel it in for the round win? Cool, calm, collected. My man is patient as can be. Forsaken, though, dipping his toes as well into the swing game outside of A main. Oh, it's Manya, I love this. And he actually challenges, but Forsaken drops. This could be bad. If he re-challenges this once again, he's the only one holding the site for the moment here. And he has to back away, wait for the reinforcements as Mind Freak and Devi are slowly creeping up back onto A.
Trades the Outlaw for a Bulldog too, just wants additional firepower. We've got a little bit of support from Mind Freak coming through halls just to check. But he's got to be so careful. I mean, Gen.G are bunched up together. It's a full squad of classics and marshals. He hears the jump, gets the first shot.
Oh, he gets away too. So no trade here for Meteor. Throws out the recon dart for a bit of that safety. And he's home safe. Wait, no. Okay,
mean,
now he's home safe.
Gen.G really just wants to wait for more picks and then maybe try to
30
soften up
seconds
defenses, try to sneak through. But at this point, only 30 seconds left. They have to hightail it to B, and as long as Meteor can do the same thing that he's doing right now, Gen.G might have a better time in this round.
Oh my goodness,
What?
Mind Freak couldn't really do anything. And the rest of Gen.G gonna be walking up to B.
10
10
seconds.
seconds left.
It's all up to something. He's got a Guardian. The aim god. Okay, good at the first. Gets
Ooh!
the second one instantaneously, but he's dropping in HP and bullets and everything. And it's down once again to Monyet. Oh, was that a tag? It was. Look at how just low both of these players are. I mean, even if Meteor drops down, you can already see Charon waiting patiently at the back of the site, and even finds Monyet trying to reposition, and Gen.G somehow, they even have themselves Charon's Cosmic Divide.
Oh,
Monyet finding Meteor through the push on A main. This is what they want. They want to stop these multiple angles of attack, go for a little bit of coverage, and the flashes is so good that Gen.G just have to rub their eyes and wait for the blindness to dissipate. And as it does, Punch gets by himself. Forsaken devours, and that's going to be a flawless round for Pig.
start to go back towards mid. Now the high tide invested. A little bit awkward though with the curve. So Texture has actually made it onto the other side.
He's still doing this. Something. Yikes. I mean, you know, shame on me. And then shame on him if he does that again.
Jason.
The wall's dropping down, and Forsaken!
Spike down.
How he used his teammate as the great bait mate. They thought they wouldn't double up, but he did. He does get some
seconds
value.
left.
30 seconds left, and Gen.G lose all control of that mid-push, but they wait to use that neural tap for that information.
Asteroid, we are fishing out here, but it's big information. Now we know Devi is alone and cold on the B site. Maybe we could harpoon him, but we've got 13 seconds left.
Oh, he's just gonna hold by himself.
Wow.
Again, boy's patient, man. He just has to wait for him to peek into his crosshair, and Devi single-handedly holding this. Can he beat down Meteor? No. But because of the recon dart, he's given away his position. Meteor is just having to hold so many angles. The shot dart! Mind Freak, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Are you a freak? Well, he could definitely be. Paranoia misses Meteor. But know exactly where he is.
my
Down
God.
to 14. 3 bullets in a dream. And is this dream going to turn into reality? As Monyet denies.
Yeah, he can always just regroup with his team in other means. Main thing though is for Devi to stay alive right now.
Oof. Well, he can, especially because of those flashes. But the punishes from the Reckoning as well as the Hunter's Fury does get the value of something, just jumping in and out with the shorty.
I got the spike.
Numbers still favoring Gen.G. All of them now on the site. What's the damage here? What's the capabilities? Monyet wreaking some havoc outside of Arch, but he's alone. They haven't picked up the spike. He can reposition into this, and he's got everything. Shrouded Step, Paranoia, and there's smoke. Gen.G realizes, wants to actually double up. They want to use the numbers in their
30
favor.
seconds left.
Monyet Did he hit all of them? He did!
Ooh.
He repositions! My God, Monyet!
He's
down
out of
to
ammo,
one
though.
bullet. He has to change, either reload or change, which he does. And Monyet almost gets it, but Munchkin. Okay.
Whoa.
Seeker's been activated. Forsaken's just charging right in. Divide? Does he even get spotted? No, he doesn't even have to look at his opponents. Cool guys don't look at snake bite kills. It's not even an explosion, guys. It's a slow burn, a slow, painful poison burn. Cosmic Divide used on this A side itself. Cove making Gen.G just a tad bit afraid. As it drops, now they know. And they even have, yep, the Viper's Pit to make things a little bit easier as they transition, into this post plant.
And that's it, an uphill battle for Paper Rex, right? They might be able to surround this Viper's Pit. There is a trip on the other side. Meteor can make use of it. And then you still got to watch out for those players up inside A main. How do you break this?
Monyet, though, he's vertical, dude. He's got the high ground advantage, and he is using that to actually get the one up. Viper's Pit, use the snake bite to get a little bit of damage. No one's defusing the spike, and Munchkin through the smoke. Oh, this is going horribly wrong for Paper Rex. Someone's gonna have to start defusing, and someone's gonna have to hold him. Munchkin, what can you do? Absolutely everything, as he actually has bought enough time. They die to the event horizon, and that's gonna for Divide. We'll have to see how that works out, and he is trying to clear that with all intentions by himself.
He's got a bit of time.
Oh, he's so alone. Oh, he is so dead. Oh, this is not looking too good for Paper Rex. Forsaken doing the same thing. No flashes, and he absorbs his opponent right in front of him, gets full flash, but the trades from Paper Rex are actually working. Shot through mid. Oh! Something gets it! He even finds the lurking meteor. And all of this because of the shock darts coming in from Mind Freak. Lakia will plant the spike. Monyet does not chase for him or tries to punish him. So it's the double up from the both of them. Something coming in from the White Swing, and he's had enough. He's made up stats, but they feel like they have the first bloods, very much locked and loaded in this first map. Something at least pads the stats a little bit more in the favor of Paper Rex with that peak. And that slows down Gen.G by a big margin. Not having the flashes anymore from Lakia really hurts the chances here for Texture to get more of these quick contacts into the site.
Definitely slows down Gen.G. They're always going to be thinking about what's next. But now, Dimensional Drip, just to gain further information. 1 minute left on the clock, and Gen.G actually going back off of a bit of a default. They want to spread themselves across the entire map. Ooh. Just saw the spike.
All right. Mr. Risky here. Not even...
Dude, they are living dangerously.
Yeah. One Blade Storm at a time.
But it works for them, and right now he's got information if they were to cross in the risky way. Most of them have already bypassed it, so something going to reposition. But what I'm curious about is Karen actually lurking up around mid.
That also, and well, there you go. He finds the one pick onto something here. There's the quick charge out. Tailwind was actually saved up by Texture, so he has capabilities to enter the site.
Oh,
Forsaken's not going to know about Karen here. Or does he? The Reckoning actually spots him out 14 seconds. Let's see what the battle comes in through the mid. It's going to be Forsaken. Spike, though, should get planted. It's all down to Forsaken for now as he waits for Divide to back the side. Backs the what? But Texture! What a reposition! What a challenge! And what aim has this an access point for Paper Rex to get through on halls, but it turns into a signer for Lakia to... it's kind of obvious. I'm just going to pop shots. What am I going to lose? Absolutely nothing. And he gains the one kill for almost everything here. There is no money for Paper Rex right now. Forsaken. Okay, that's one. Mindfreak's going to have to go big, which he does. Oh, this drone. This drone! Blows up right in his face, dude. It's all down to the buy. He's got a Vandal, but he's so far from the situation on A.
I'm running out of words. I would have thought that maybe at least something would have been able to get a trade at least, but wow. Decision making just a little bit off, but then at the same time for Gen.G to pick up these frags that quickly. They are looking in new form today. William is definitely chuckling at the desk. And now they are just one kill away from pushing us into the next map.
Definitely patting himself on the back with his Gen.G inspired outfit. 3 versus 1. Oh my god, Devi doesn't even have any smokes to supplement himself. He just has the weapon in the corners, and that spike is just dwindling down ever so closely to exploding. He does find texture, but I mean, Karon's just gonna activate the gravity well. Whoops, whoop. That's about it.
They know they got it.
He's got no time, man. That's gonna be it. And Gen.G got themselves map 1 in this series up against Paper Rex.
I mean, that's the other thing. It's just that this is a map that, you know, Paper Rex can study game tape off of, because Gen.G did play this, you know, against RRQ. So having an idea, you definitely have that something that is feeling a little bit more swift, a little bit more fluid.
Something get in? Oh, I thought he got into the door. He opened it himself. Here's the fight. They're gonna try to go for the pitch very quickly. And Paper Rex, this B site, there is no solid ground here. It is all quicksand. You gotta move, or else you're just gonna fall into the depths of the bullets. Meteor's by himself. That spike's already getting diffused. And Paper Rex, solid start on the pistol. They're about to open the door. Yeah, there's the hunt activated already. Forsaken's ready at best, but there's too many numbers here. They've committed the fight. They've lost the weapons. And they're losing numbers right now. Monyet's going to have to hold this by himself. He is down to a very dangerous amount of HP. And something all down to him. Thankfully enough, the rest of Paper Rex, they've done somewhat their jobs, as they have lowered the meters, the life of all the Gen.G players down to half. It's a lot more Vandal digestible for something. Vandal indeed in his hands. He's already activated Tailwind, but Gen.G's not biting. They know they have the numbers advantage. They know the spike is planted already. So something's going to be put into such a decrepit state. And he might actually just be forced to save. I love having ultimates very early into the game. It makes you very aggressive. And it looks like, okay, let's see. All right, that's gonna be a trade for trade. Texture does get Monyet first. Dust settles 3 versus 3. I mean, what was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to say when you see 2 raises just coming out into the open with showstoppers? You really just have to have your hands up in the air and wave it like you just don't care. Anyways, again, Gen.G able to go into the C site, gonna be able to plant that spike in, and the quick rotation, the quick huddle around Rubble works in their favor, because now all of the utilities that Paper Rex has kind of sprinkled around the map has been subverted for the most part, except for this one really weird off-cam from Forsaken that's been spotted.
Surprised that he caught it, although it was a bit of information for Forsaken nonetheless. We've got some smokes up, we've got Monyet and Mind Freak available, and they're trying to work their way in. Getting those heads-up duels will be advantages.
There's the NT, not nice try, but the Neural Theft activated. Meteor still holding on, man. He is a force to be reckoned with, but Mind Freak comes up to win. Time on Tree. I guess it makes a lot of sense. They know that Odin is available already for Devi, so they don't want to get, you know, peppered, wall banged to oblivion on Tree there. They just want to make them think. Devi's already pushed up here, so now he knows no one's actually inside this position. So there is a lot of merit that they might actually break through that link, go to B, or rotate around. Meteor, his timing is going to be very crucial. Forsaken chase a little bit too hard, and he has the lockdown. He can activate it right now, let the rest of his team come in, or use it as bait, force the rotation away from Paper Rex, and go elsewhere.
And that's the best thing that Gen.G has going for them right now. The number of options that they have, thanks to Meteor getting that first kill. But now, committing over to B side, the paint shell's in. It buys Paper Rex a little bit of time for something to come up with the judge.
He knows someone's right behind him. But since they haven't picked up that spike, he can just be as patient as possible, hold for the rest of his team. That's all he really needs to do. Texture stayed, not going to do much damage, but he does pick it up. Something's got a Cloud Burst. He can get closer and closer here, create that tempo if need be. But the one that's going to have to hold the most is Meteor right on top of that B site, which he does, leaving Mind Freak in a 2 versus 1. They've doubled up onto the corner here. They got a shot at step. He's got a shot at step. But he's waiting patiently, but you mentioned it already, man. They're stacking up, and he can't do the high-low. Too slow, and that's going to be Gen.G with a round advantage.
Not really feeling all that much yet. But at the very least, trying to get a read for Gen.G's game plan right now. We've seen a lot of that A to mid link play, like you mentioned before, Asarai, and Paper are trying to adapt around it. They know that Nightfall is available as well, so just trying to play away from it. Now they're set up for something, maybe to at least toss paint shells to deny Spike Plant, but look at how Texture is hunting.
Oh my god.
Out of charges.
He barely dodges that, gets out of harm's way. But that's the power that they've got. Big kill onto Munchkin there, though, but Meteor still holding on Rubble. If he can hold on to this position, his teammates can rely on him to hold that long angle right now, but not available anymore. Texture throws the nade from up above on Heaven, so they know that somebody's at least up there as he tries to reposition. The rest of Paper X coming in closer. Something floating, stinging like a bee. That nade is going to be so strong. Lakia, wow, over-analyzes the situation and gets punished for it, but Texture, it's all in his wheelhouse, baby. Smoke does dissipate, so Devi very quickly will be able to get that refrag as well as the complete defuse, and Paper X strikes back. Prowler's been used.
Wow.
He's just going to get pushed back, and Monyet just making sure that Link is unoccupied by the rest of Gen.G.
Yeah, Forsaken too. At least getting the frag onto Meteor, but now the hit comes through.
Devi holding the backside, anchoring it for the moment. Waiting again for Monyet to double up with him and try to do something as of now. Dog is available. Monyet, let that reposition. Wait, what is happening here? Locky is trying to run away. He opens the door quickly, backs up, but something doesn't have to challenge him just yet. Munchkin has the wall, drops right down, and he has so many angles to deal with. The crossfires, too numerous for Paper X.
So Gen.G now trying to play along with this tempo, trying to adapt to it, but it burns down the timer. Look at the clock, Asarai.
Look at this, though. Gen.G can actually go for that link, and if something is too slow into this one, even if he escapes this, he's going to get pinched in. Unfortunately for Paper X, Meteor gets it once and for all. Monyet comes in here with a showstopper, and the rocket goes boom, boom. That's going to be Monyet get the finalizing kill.
And you're always thinking about, like, you know, they called in that timeout. They want to suss out information and get a feel for how Paper X is defending this time. But something's not going to make it that easy.
Oh, that's way too many people close up in the face of Monyet there. Something's going to back away, retreat. Danger, alert. That nade clearing him up once again. Not big damage. But as that door keeps closing and opening, they don't know how many players have already exited, how many players are still holding. It's holding. It's Texture, one down. Something.
Oh.
Ooh, overflicks. And that's Meteor. He can call back his teammates if he wants to. There it is. Lockdown available. And Meteor opens up the A side by pure sheer power.
I got to see the replay on that. Watch them run. I mean, it's so interesting and off-putting how Gen.G is approaching the map. It was a half buy. You just had this squad of stingers. But guess what? Here comes Forsaken, and the Spike Plant goes down.
Yo. This man might not be the Guardians of the Galaxy, but he is the Guardian of Lotus. Gen.G's been using that to a very good extent.
Now going up against him as well. However, he holds his ground, picks up the first one, and backs away. So this gives Paper X a little bit more information and inkling as to where Gen.G wants to approach from. Something re-peeks and holds the angle. Defi comes in for an information play, but doesn't find all too much.
Ready for that.
But here comes something.
He's got a tailwind again, so he can get out of harm's way if need be, but over peaks. That's going to be the death of him. Monyet's now trapped here on drop. That Haunt supposedly giving away position, but somehow Forsaken manages to squeeze his way through the back of the side, leaving Charon by himself, and Mind Freak for the pinch.
He arrives with his team.
Yeah, and I love this from Forsaken. Again, it's old news, but I love how he's transitioned into this type of guy that can use these Sentinels. And look at the man, he's still getting kills left and right. Munchkin, he's got himself a judge. I mean, long range, he got the Sheriff. If he can close the distance somewhat, maybe there's a world where he can use that Viper Pit. But look at how many players of Paper X are just holding that angle right up in his face.
Yeah, look at the cones of vision on the minimap too.
Yeah, but they're getting closer. Hold on, wait. Oh my God. Oh, the heart attack, man. The routine that we've seen for the most part is people will just, do basically this. Commit the Rumble plays, and Gen.G, those nades are very, very deadly. Oh my god, Texture. Where'd that flick come from? Mind Freak. He's alone. He's got dark cover to work for days, but his opponent, you know, they can last for months, so just see how more that is. 4 versus 1. He's repositioning around the corner here. Meteor hears him. I wonder if there's a world where Meteor tries to stab Mind Freak here if he over pushes or doesn't even check the corner. But
no.
That and say, it's the safety for the A side. No, it's the danger for Rumble for you if you're trying to push that. Speaking of pushing though, it's the C. Zoom in past Monyet. Whoa, I love this! The double jumping PRX!
Yo, but they still got the shot, man. Whew. So although Monyet makes it through, has a bulldog, can't go up against Munchkin now. What?
Last player
All right,
standing.
down to something with a Marshall. 3 versus 1.
Party's over.
Makes it a quick 2v1. Okay. That spike is very much out in the open for him. He's got a dash, he actually repositions. But wait, does that angle actually work for him? It's very risk, so he has to try to do something here. Oh my god. Oh, he even got the crosshair in the head near the body space of Lakia.
Paper X buying up, trying to do what they can. You've got something on this Outlaw, but Gen.G just respects all of this space and plays for numbers instead. They kind of relinquish A, which means it's going to be a tough retake for them.
Fair enough. Especially with the rest of Paper X holding both Stairs and A Heaven. They've got everything locked and loaded. They don't really need to stay inside of the site. They can be proactive as much as they would want to.
Oh,
Charon does get that angle against something, but damage is already done here, Quack. Gen.G, I feel like it's only going to be exits and a bit of economic damage that they can really do in this round.
Makes me wonder if it was like the barrel peeking out.
Punish that could follow up from the defenders, and you see that activated so quickly here. Something now just going to be holding with the judge first. I do like this because, again, you don't want to play that close and hope for accuracy. You just want to go for the pellets first of this shotgun. Munch is going to be first on the pedestal. He's getting very close. I don't know who's going to get this one. On the corner, he will be dropped down by something. Coming in right now is going to be Monyet using that showstopper of his to delay even further. Meteor's getting in closer. Lakia as well. They need to make something happen here, and it's all down to Lakia. Good for the first. But there's so many just high angle position from Paper X. The same thing that they brought up here from that Breeze map, which is that they can't punish the in-transit of Paper X, and they do it once again here in this round. Look at that. Something's been dropped down as well as Forsaken. Monyet frantically trying to get control here of C. Doesn't matter if he is alone or with teammate. What a dodge from Mind Freak! Oh my goodness! They're trying to rally behind that showstopper of Texture. Great flash from Charon, and it's all Monyet alone.
Positioning that they have. Texture still up around. He could go up the ropes if he needed. And then you've got Munchkin just ready to welcome them with open arms on the other side of Link.
Texture's trying to delay as much as he can at the back of the site, hoping that he can stop the Monyets, but he will not. Lakia coming in to pinch, at least stopping some of this massive map control that Paper X has gotten on that A. Spike will get planted, and it's all about the retake here for Gen.G. Okay, Divide does find Munchkin here, making it a more palatable situation for Paper X. Lakia opening the door. The Forsaken finds him with an Odin. Meteor's gonna just have to run away here, or just stay in the site, whichever. They're already pretty rich, so they can just buy up to the next round anyways. So he can make this into an expensive endeavor for Paper X. Infinity and beyond, the showstopper comes to truly stop that show. 4 versus 3. We have a bit of calm here as Paper X do get access onto that A site, but the rest of Gen.G already right now the back of things. Meteor finding one, lockdown activated, but it is a little bit shallow. There still is position that you can play inside of Tree as well as outside right there of Stairs, and something holding the blades as well as the operator. This makes the long range fights a little bit more palatable here for Paper X. Haunt does give away his position. They use that Haunt to actually get closer, but Forsaken holds for something. Something now gets Meteor, 2 versus 1. That box not really giving too many angles for him to have safety on. And if he gets peeked, it's going to be 1 in the front, 1 in the back. That's going to be Paper Rex, 11-8. That means that we're going to get a game 3.
You need someone to keep those spirits up. You know, if not, something or Ilya will get really in their heads.
What is this? Okay, just, you know, open the door, get tripped up, see what happens. Wall has been called in a little bit closer into the A main position, and that actually works in the favor here of Gen.G. As you saw, Forsaken get blasted very quickly. They're very close into the opposition right now, but Devi realizes that he has to come pinch in for his teammates. Oh my god! Again, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee for something, loving to use that floaty. Both snipers actually missing as they try to reposition quickly. But now they know. Meteor's position exposed. He's only got a Marshall in his hand here, Quack, and it truly is danger time for him. If he loses this, Paper X will be on map point. Wow, okay, Meteor! Woo!
And then, of course, you still got Munchkin available with that toxic screen. A is a very difficult spot to hit right now, but trying to make something happen off of the Odin suppressive fire.
Okay, they open the doorway into tree. Woof, texture, here you go. Inside the smoke is going to be Charon. And Paper X are pushing blind into the site. They gotta just go for that big contact. Something finding Munchkin.
30 seconds left.
Showstopper activated. Does that stop the plant on the spike? Yes, it will be. But it's straight for trade here, Quack. It's not the end of the world. Something repositions, almost gets hang by the rope side. Lakia pushed out, something exploding at this point. And there's the plant on the spike, 2 versus 1 for Meteor, but Meteor has truly been a miracle worker at this point. They're backing up into the corner and something finds it with the 4K, and we are going to map number 3.
I mean, in that last round, you could feel...
Might not be able to blot out completely, that being this one as well, as we can see here on Market. But Gen.G's very aware of this, and Devi was almost taken down. But the separation, though, does allow them to get the pickup onto Munchkin. Now, the rest of Paper X is going to be holding back the site, and they're just going down to work. Gen.G not in a comfortable spot, and they're just going to have to try to wiggle their way out of this as we turn into the 2 versus 1. But this could be a quick transition if Meteor can find some good timings on this, but he gave away that location of his because he threw out Forsaken, Outlaw, Contact, success. Actually, very successful. 3 kills for the price of 2 bullets. Very, very good start here for Forsaken.
That's, what, 300% success rate? No, that's terrible math. In any case...
How could you? We are, you know, we're supposed to be good at math.
Why? Be full buy run all that quick, right? They don't want to give the bonus over to Paper X, and so just trying to be very careful off of it, cut noise, and then the execution through. Texture getting this first frag actually does so much for them because now they have more options, not to mention Munchkin making use of tiles to walk up front on mid.
Did they close the door on Market, though? That's still open, isn't it not? Okay, there you go. It's still closed up, so Forsaken doesn't have to worry about that for the moment. No aggressive push out here for Gen.G just yet, Quack. Maybe waiting for, or just letting Paper X cook for the moment, but since they have to, some of their players have to go for the half shields, that Outlaw, absolutely terrifying. Texture's already here in the front lines, and the damage, the aim, the lethality, absolutely felt. Forsaken pushing in, picks up so many weapons. This man is an absolute Inspector Gadget. Charon.
Can't reel him.
Oh, man. He's waiting for his teammate, though. He's waiting for something. Who has the wingman? Oh, no, the stun. The way he actually loses is he does not. Charon. 2 headshots. Newcomer for Gen.G, already showing why he's, you know, in that spot. This time, though, it will get punished. Devi holding a very high angle here, not going to get spotted, so he will get some damage in, but Meteor somehow manages to get that backside control already, opens it up. Will not have the North up for the moment at least. Does he activate it? Paranoia, huge. Is he really going to thrash for the overkill? I love this! And Lakia, welcome! Okay, I was about to welcome him, you know, to the Blades, to Tondo Gaming. Truly, but look at how many players are already here on tiles. Does Munchkin hear the footsteps though?
I don't.
He tucks himself in the corner. They might not be able to clear him out, and he might get the best sandwich position of his life. He needs to do something right here and now, which he does. Divide does go for a trade. No walls just yet. He actually boosts himself up. What a chat moment here from Divide. Texture left on an island. He's got the showstopper. Divide, say your prayers, and that's gonna be that Gen.G. Oh my god, they're really pressing up into this. They're not slowing down compared to last round here, Quack, so it is a full commitment right now for Gen.G. They want to get a quick start onto this post plan from the looks of things. They want to position for that, for the goods of this, as I mentioned, post plan, and save up as much utility for when Paper X tries to come into the site.
Yeah, right. Same thing coming through. They know that Paper X is definitely not going to make the exact same play. Something investing into this operator as well, so unless they can get clear vision, it's going to be so difficult for them to break through. But that's a great way to start.
Absolutely. Meteor into the corner here. Loving the use of the wingman to actually clear corners rather than defuse the spike. If it gets a target, that's an immediate concuss for you. And Texture's just so far. Even if he can win some of the fights here, he's just way far from stopping something from defusing that spike.
It does buy a little bit of manpower away from the rest of Gen.G, so Meteor stays towards the back. The rest of them come back towards the front of A. And maybe we just retake from Link.
Thrash activated for the second time. Divide cuts off the corner. Plant denied, actually. Texture somehow manages to pick up a kill with the paint shells. No safe space just yet for Gen.G. They have to start holding some crossfire angles while they start defusing the spike, and he's using his teammate as some sort of third POV info gatherer. Not gonna allow them to push up just yet because of that toxic screen. And here comes the contact, and Texture is coming out on top of this, and it's somehow working somewhat favorably for Gen.G for a moment right now. But again, no plan on the spike just yet. Numbers still favoring the Korean side though. Something comes in with the operator, dwindles the numbers a little bit. The TP comes in around the corner. How close does he know? Very close, he knows about it.
Seconds.
Oh my god, no way, Meteor. And he's out in the open field, man. Out to just get late. Hold their way onto B.
Look at the setup on B.
There's something with an op too. Oh wow, they might actually get collided here. If they're not careful. Into the corner is also Mind Freak.
Spike down B.
They've come into the trap, man, of Paper X here. Come into the spider's web, as they said. They're gonna have to try to pick up this spike if they can. Something's just denying it every single time. Meteor's here, Divide knows about it, and Paper X, I mean, he does have the safety of Monyet right with him. They don't even know if Divide's boosted here. They are aware of it. Oh my god! Divide might actually get punished, but no, Monyet holding his hand! It's the Paper X security system, dude. And just as the smoke comes up, Divide gets a whiff of Meteor pushing in, and in just the blink of an eye, Quack, 2 drop down from Gen.G.
Careful.
The whole game plan has just been thrown in for a loop. How do you recover now? You've lost Texture, you've lost Meteor, both star fraggers. Maybe Charon, but I don't know how much this Paranoia can really do. Look at the sight lines that Paper X has covered. Something, in case someone pushes out mid, you're gonna get fragged. If you go through market, maybe, but it's a full 5-on-3 retake. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's the worst possible opponent they wanted to give the kill for, but again, there's nothing really that Gen.G could have.
Back off to this though. Last round of the first half, let's just rush into B. Why not?
Imagine if you actually didn't pick up the rifle there. That would have been very, very bad. Anyways, everybody's blind up until this point, but that snake bite, man, they're just coming into this. We'll call this the Paper X grinder. Pushes it up. There it is, 2 remaining players on Gen.G, now down to Lakia. He is lighting things up like a Christmas tree. There's the wall, cross it up. No tripwires to be afraid of.
Wow.
Planting the spike very quickly with the wingman here. And backs away safely, only leaving, actually no, 3 players very nearby willing to fight inside near the smoke.
Crazy. Dizzy out as well.
Oh, okay, they're gonna keep fighting this one. But look at how cleanly Paper X are just breaking them down. This wall is separating fights from Gen.G. They can't even create these crossfires anymore. And now here's the number game. But Gen.G strikes back, leaving Mind Freak by himself. Does he have the time? Does he have the utility? Does he have the angles with the Sheriff?
No.
and that is a resounding no. Like how the Blade actually clears more of B main, since, you know, on bonus round, some players will just play on the back of that board. Thrash activated quickly. Not sure if it heard where the tripwire was, but Monyet is very much controlling this back angle for now. Devi also leading it, or rather defending the gap. So it's a pretty clean take here from Paper Rex. They just had to use a bit of utility, but it works solely in their favor.
Still though, that fight across the pillars. As soon as Devi stays back.
Can he get his ace? Oh yeah, he can. There it is. And that's a big problem because they want to get that punish, right? Monyet is so far in front of this. That pop flash is gonna blow up in his face. Lakia does get the trade. It does signal the Paper X to start moving their way quickly into A main. Devi, because of that ace, also now has his res up. So they're looking for a trade here where they can either bait their teammate for a res or just res them to res them. If that makes sense. Oh, Lakia finds one. Tripwire. Meteor holding at the corner of this site. Look at how Gen.G has just gotten all control in A main. This leaves Paper X in such a tight bind. If they realize this, they might be able to push at the back of the site. But at this point, Munchkin and Charon just grinding. That's why they actually left it, because Meteor has this camera marking up all the way on elbow. Spots out something, so that means that this could be a straight-up push. Where the tripwire is for Meteor here, that's going to be the important part right now, as Charon is going to try to feed off of it. Paranoia into the corner. This is going to be a very tricky time for Paper Rex, and they're going to have to try to do a lot just to get into that site. Quick little res for Lakia, or rather for Forsaken, but it immediately gets refragged by Lakia. Thankfully enough, Monyet was there to punish. Dust settles, and there is the site taken. The numbers advantage for Paper X, as well as the long rotation here from the rest of the Gen.G players still alive.
Trade's good enough, but Texture on the flank.
Okay, boom. That was quick. I was looking at Mex was huddled up. Not gonna happen this time. Paper X immediately activate that null command. And as his kills steps into the direction of kills, wins rather for Paper X in this series. Meteor gonna have to run away for dear life. Thrash activated once again here by something. Devi holding mid control. Lakia wins that out. So at least they have to deal with the possible flank. But control of the site and timer started to tick down here for Paper X as that spike has been planted down. Okay, Paranoia is activated. This is good. They're using this to bounce Texture off with the showstopper. Flash out for Forsaken. Oh my god, how did they actually get these punishes? But still, Charon lights up the entire house. 2 versus 1. Monyet coming into the corner right now. And it's all up to him. Can he get it? First one. Very low in HP, but Lakia locks it in. 12-6, and Gen.G hold on.
Down to 5 HP, really close.
Goes into this. This could be an opening for both of the teams, and there it is, man. Something doesn't miss. They can up this wall once again. Munchkin has to get close. He needs, or he wants to just stop them from picking up anything right now. Okay. He is preparing his snakebite for it. There it is.
Doesn't negate the wingman though.
Definitely does not, but has a whole lot of commitments of walls to just get that wingman in. And if Lakia can get this first frag, which he does, that's a lot of access points for both him as well as Charon coming in through B main.
Comes down to gunplay.
Oh, Paper X realizes though, so they have to force fight this. Can Forsaken hold on, let his teammate at least fight for him. Cannot. And as the dust settles, it's Monyet 3 versus 1. And he's not even planted for him. He's trying to get closer and closer, but that spike is just diffusing in front of his eyes and he can't do nothing for it.
Good stutter step from Lakia.
A lot more confident to actually push through this. But here's the thing. That Sky has not given away his position. So if he can play close enough, a guiding light could actually be a punishing play here, but the bait and switch for Paper X, they immediately knew what was up. Meteor though, yeah, let's mention it. quick to go for the trade, but Monyet, unstoppable at this point, just keeps going in, and it's trade for trade. But Paper Rex, as these dust settles, as these fights come to a conclusion, is looking to get a little bit of the advantage, and that is just enough for them to work with. Texture coming into the corner right now, finds one. Everybody backs away onto elbow here.
Oh,
they
Munchkin
got the
wants a
utility,
gun.
they got everything. Munchkin, it's gonna be big for him. He needs to find something right now with this flank.
wants a gun.
Because Texture is about
enemy
to
remaining.
get sandwiched in. He's found himself that Phantom as you were talking about, but something's just too quick.
Attackers
He's just
win.
too good, and he's just too fast, and that's going to be that for this series. Paper Rex claim it.